evening, plugin experts. Welcome back to Plugins This Week, your source for the latest and greatest in deals and new releases. I'm your host, Jason Dahl, and today we're focusing on new deals with several developer focuses going on at pluginboutique.com, as well as some big new releases. Stay tuned to the end to make sure that you catch all the latest news and releases. Without further ado, let's get it. This just in. Plugin Boutique is giving away Ozone 11 elements for free with any purchase this month. Yes, the entire mastering suite for free. Check the QR code if you don't believe me. Universal Audio Flashback 50 sale, including the Luna Pro bundle. Up to 87% off most of their plugins. Insane sales on what are widely considered to be some of the best plugins in the business at PIB now. Emergency deal ending soon. The Soundtoys Spring Sale at Plugin Boutique. Save up to 73% on some of the world's most revered music software products, including the incredible Decapitator, Little Altar Boy, Soundtoys 5.4, which is the entire suite of plugins, and the amazing new Superplate Reverb. In another Plugin Boutique exclusive, the UJAM Virtual Band Bundle, $357 worth of plugins for only $59. When it comes to virtual musicians, UJAM stands above them all. We covered Sparkle 2 in a recent Plugins This Week episode. Here's an excerpt. But don't forget, in this bundle, you also get Solid 2 Virtual Drummer and Royal 2 Virtual Bassist to begin building your own tracks without the need of a studio musician. Plugin Boutique announces the Softube Bad Speaker plus the Dirty, the Bad, and the Wasted collection. The sale runs 23rd of April to May 23rd, 2024. Flowsonic's INTERCOSM version 2 is on sale for an introductory offer. €10 off, bringing this plugin into a wonderful €19 price. INTERCOSM is a shimmer reverb effect for making lush and unique reverb tail effects. Couple of exciting new releases this week. WA Production releases DeRes, a dynamic processor that claims to be able to kill off resonances in your mix. We were so intrigued by DeRes, we did a dedicated video review of it. Click on the card above to watch the entire video. But for now, we'll cut to Dahl on the street for his review and analysis.
Introducing DeRes by WA Production. This is a plugin for a very specific type of processing, removing problem resonances from any type of audio. With onboard controls for isolating unruly harmonics, you can easily identify resonance issues that build up and might ruin a multi-layered mix. These sneaky frequency spikes and harmonics can hide away in audio that sounds clean at first listen, and these artifacts become a real problem when layering synths, vocals or pads. Try out DeRes and you'll be giving your individual tracks the best chance of sounding clean and clear in a full mix.
So this plugin is designed to find resonances in your mix. Find those resonances, dial them in, and then dial them out. Something that is, often musically out of tune with what your track is. You can hear it like holding a note that's just wrong. And also cycling a bit, you hear all sorts of warbles and disgustingness. Stop there, and then we move to the center and pull down. And the resonance goes away. And we'll do a quick bypass. Holy crap! Oh, see how it builds over time? Oh. Okay, so let's pull that all out. Let's make it dynamic since it gets louder. Yeah. Now, to be clear, I knew that section was messy and needed cleaning up, but my brain just had not picked up on that solid note traveling throughout the entire chorus. So, DeRes to the rescue. Let's see what else we got. Holy crap! Oh, see how it builds over time? Oh. Okay, so let's pull that all out. Let's make it dynamic since it gets louder. Yeah. Now, to be clear, I knew that section was messy and needed cleaning up, but my brain just had not picked up on that solid note traveling throughout the entire chorus. So, DeRes to the rescue. Let's see what else we got. I've set up DeRes on all the drums, bass, guitars, strings. Let's try bypassing them all at once for the ultimate test.
Lapse remains cold. There are two worlds out there on this path through Tiraloo. From the sun, dust and dry to the rainforest orchid, to a curse that died before sending me here. Is it hopeless and vain? Does the colonel even care? How do you misplace a mountain? How do you misplace a mountain? Struggling tall, struggling tall. Struggling tall, struggling
Okay, for me, two things. It really changes the stereo field, and the whole mix sounds smoother with different instruments sitting a little more in their pockets. I'm not crazy about what's happening up top on the drums, but that's something we can deal with in the mix. By the way, DeRes is available from this QR code, from this QR code, from this QR code. That will be an affiliate link to Plugin Boutique. Thanks very much. Back to J. Dahl. At $9.90, WA Production thinks you can't afford to not own this plugin. Solid State Logic releases X-DynEQ, a dynamic version of their famous EQ2. For information on this plugin, let's cut to Joe Carroll, speaking for SSL here, and give us a little guided tour of the interface.
So we have the X-DynEQ. Ta-da! There it is. As you can see, it still looks very similar to the EQ2, but has obviously more features. And that's what we are here to talk about today. And one thing about the EQ2, if you already have a bunch of presets saved in there, I'm happy to report they actually import directly into the DynEQ, so you can just take off where you left off and go with this new tool. So about this new tool, let's just briefly talk about some of the power this thing has. 24 bands. You see that it has 4 on the screen now, but look, I can just keep on clicking and keep on clicking, and I get 24 bands. And if that wasn't enough, those 24 bands can each be dynamic. And I can choose between 20 different EQ types and filter shapes. New things like notch filters, band pass, and tilt EQs, upward expansion, downward compression, per band mid-side treatment. This thing is absolutely a monster. And when we're talking about the dynamic EQ portion of it, it has automatic attack, automatic release, automatic threshold options. And you can use any one of those in automatic, but turn automatic off and dial exactly what you want on the other ones. So if you want to adjust the threshold but use automatic attack and release, you can, or vice versa. So this is an absolute monster. So let's just start putting it to the test right here, okay? You'll see it has some similar characteristics to other newer products in the solid state family, with the screen here on top, and right here is where we choose what we see in that display. I'm just going to leave it at the default in and out. Right here we can choose between series and parallel for our points. Series would be the most common, but parallel can kind of imitate some graphic EQs, even like the massive passive. So it's really cool, and we'll get into that. Our view here, I've found that to be really useful as I was playing around with it. So right now we have 20 dB of gain and cut visible, but if you want to reduce that because you don't use anything quite that drastic and you want a little more fine-tuned detail, you can change that. Right here we can see our phase, of course, you know, there we go. We'll move a couple of these so you can see. We can see our phase response of the EQ. We can see the step response. And watch this. I can turn this little thing on in the bottom right-hand corner, and anything that I click on, I get a pop-up. Isn't that cool? All right, so we'll just turn all these off. And the FFT, as I push play, you'll see the audio in the screen down here. You know, basically like a frequency graph of what's happening. So that's really cool. Let me go back to factory default. So I typically leave the FFT on. We already talked about this, so let's go over to focus. Focus mode is very cool. Let's say this is on a stereo bus, for example. We can see and treat in stereo. We can choose just the left or the right, or the mid and the side. So this is a valuable tool. You're not going to want to forget this button right here. Left and right, input, output. We can trim it. We can gain it down a little bit if we need to on both sides. Just real common sense stuff. One other thing though that's really cool is down here on the bottom, we can choose this. So any point that is selected, we see all the things we can do here, right? We can change the filter shapes, the filter types. We can change the frequency, the gain, all our dynamic properties are down here. Or we can see a piano roll. So anything, any note, let's say we create a mid band here. We want to notch filter something that we know exactly where it's at. We can choose the note on the piano. It's extremely cool, I think. We have the high quality, the HQ that we can turn on. And this thing, it does have anti-cramping technology built in. I've played a little bit with really boosting the top end to extremes, just to see if it broke up and how harsh it got or how smooth it stayed. And it sounds good. So the code is solid in this thing. And of course, we can change the graphic size right here. And we also discussed this little question mark button, so it tells us exactly what's going on.
Now, this plugin is SSL priced. It's $200. But if you have the Steven Slate All Access Pass or SSL Complete bundles, you get it for free. Thanks for tuning in to Plugins This Week. Until next time, let's get it.